Hey guys, what's going on? Hope everybody's doing good out there today. Thanks for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch the video. Much appreciated. And today I'm going to get into a little bit on the August crankbait fishing, and specifically shallow water August crankbait fishing. And I'm going to give you guys what I consider are my 3 top shallow water August crankbaits that you can use, with the exception of square bills. I mean, everybody knows that square bills are good crankbaits, but actually guys, I'll tell you what, to me, when you start getting into August and September, the square bills, a lot of times they start to fade out a little bit. And I like these 3 crankbaits that I'm going to show you when I'm specifically targeting any type of water in like 5 foot of water or less. And this is like, you know, if you're fishing a little bit more off-colored water, a little bit more stained water, wood, rock, cover, that type of stuff. These are the ones that I found that work really good once that water temperature starts to peak out in August. So I'm going to go over each one of them and just sort of show you the applications I use for them, like when I use them, a little bit of background in them. I think you guys will sort of be surprised on what they are. So, okay, let's get into it here. First one I'm going to talk about here, and you know, you guys know, everybody knows I'm sponsored by Megabass, so one of the baits is a Megabass, the other 2 are not. First one I'm going to talk about is the Bandit 200 crankbait here. This crankbait right here, first I want to say about it, it's a fish catching bait. The Bandit 200, actually all the Bandit crankbaits, there's something about these baits that generate a lot of strikes. And it's amazing to me because the quality control on this bait's terrible. It's like you've got the hooks on it that come with it are not that great. The split rings are not that great. A lot of times the things don't run straight. You got to adjust them. They're not a very well-made bait. But guys, I'm telling you something right now, in the summertime of the year, it is hard to beat a Bandit 200 crankbait. It's an excellent hot water crankbait. I use this specifically if I'm fishing just a little bit deeper than like the super shallow cover. Like, you know, a lot of times in the summertime, shallow cranking, you're thinking about laydowns like in 2 to 3 feet of water. This 200 Bandit has been a real good bait for me if that water depth is sort of more in that 4 to 5 foot range, 4 to 6 foot range. It can be rock, wood, whatever. It's just a really good bait for that. I've done really good on this bait anytime fish are like out off the bank on shallow drops. I'm talking about where like you're on a flat where the water's 3 or 4 feet deep and drops off into 5 or 6 on a, you know, flat shallow area like that. It's really good. So Bandit crankbait's one of my favorite. I like a shad type pattern in it in August. I don't do near as well on the chartreuse patterns or the perch patterns, but just a chartreuse pattern like that. Okay, the second one I'm going to talk about is an old school one. I'm sure excuse me, a lot of guys out there probably never even heard about this. This is an old Rebel Humpy. This bait right here is probably close to 40 years old. In fact, this particular bait, I won my first tournament on it, my first buddy tournament ever on it. It was down at Grand Lake in, early 80s, something like that. And I caught him, I remember I was cranking shallow brush next to docks in like 3 foot of water in the Wolf Creek Arm at Grand Lake. Won a buddy tournament on that, the Rebel Humpy. But this little Humpy here, there's something about it. I don't know what it is. It's not a well-made bait. Again, the components are fairly cheap on it. I don't even know if they make it anymore. I'm sure that they do. It's made by Rebel, but it's got a little bit different deal. It's like you can see the bottom on it is sort of flat. It's a little bit different design, and it's got just sort of a median wobble on it. But again, there's something about the profile in the hot weather in August that they really, really like this Humpy crankbait. And this particular one, it's sort of a faded chartreuse looking one like that. I like this a little bit more as it gets into late August, first part of September, when those fish start to get really finicky. There's just something about the wobble of this bait that works really good. And the last one I'm going to talk about, the next one, is it's becoming quickly my new summertime favorite, and that's the Megabass Z2 crankbait. This guy's right here, I have absolutely smoked them on it the last 2 years since it's been out. It's very similar, if you guys look, sort of very similar type of a bait to the Bandit 200. The profile's similar on the thing, but again, there's something about this particular bait, the profile and the action, that generates a lot of strikes in hot water for me, in hot weather, hot water conditions for me. I think a lot of it is the combination of the wobble and profile. All of these baits that I have here, they don't have a real hard side-to-side wobble. They have more of a medium wobble. And I think a lot of times that fish get keyed in to a certain wobble and a certain frequency at certain times of the year when you have when the combination of the water clarity and water temperature is at a certain level. That's why you have a lot of seasonal baits that work really good from season to season. But anyway, guys, just a quick video. My 3 summertime favorites: Megabass Z2, Bandit 200, Rebel Humpy. I do still use some square bills in the summertime, but really I get away from them. I throw them more in June and July, get away from them more in August to these 3 here. So give them a try. I think you guys will really, get some success on it. I think it'll get you some bites, and I think it'll get you some good bites. So I'll include the Baitworks links here. If you guys would like to order any of these, you can go through Baitworks. Good way to support the channel. So much appreciated, guys. Check them out and hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and we'll be back tomorrow with another one. See you.